Hello, my name is Diavion Carter, and this is a group project where I'm going to be presenting the downfall of Blockbuster. So, Blockbuster, a household name and a cherished memory for anyone who still owns a DVD player. It was an empire that dominated the late 90s and the early 2000s with its easily accessible rented movies and videos. If you've ever streamed a movie on Netflix, or paid for a monthly streaming service, or even rented those 24-hour rights to a digital piece of media, you have experienced the revolution that Blockbuster failed to see coming. Imagine coming home after a long day at school or work and asking your mom or dad to take you somewhere where dreams really were reality at the time. It was a place that broke the foundations of the movie-going experience. To get there and be absorbed by the big yellow neon sign, to spend hours wandering the aisles filled with candy, popcorn, and millions of your favorite movies and TV shows. That experience was virtually unobtainable anywhere else. But somehow, the companies that provided such an experience, and this one in particular, crumbled before our very eyes. The question is, how? Blockbuster was a household name, a weekend ritual, and the ultimate destination for movie lovers. So, how did the world's biggest video rental chain go from dominating the entertainment industry to becoming a relic of the past? The downfall of Blockbuster was a result of its failure to adapt to rapidly changing technologies and consumer behavior. While Blockbuster's downfall illustrated the dangers of failing to adapt to digital disruption, another key shift in the entertainment industry during this time was the rise of the DVR, or digital video recorder. Just as Blockbuster struggled to keep pace with streaming, DVR technology revolutionized how viewers consume television. From being able to walk into a store and pick out your favorite movie, check out, drive home, and then be able to tune in, now you could simply sit on your couch and do all the same things from the comfort of your own home. The adaptation of DVRs in American homes changed the market and the demand for VCR players. The biggest reason as to why DVR dominated this market over VCRs was due to the fact that with a DVR, you could set it to auto-record all your favorite shows and movies without even having to watch it, allowing people to store hundreds of hours of their favorite movies, their favorite TV shows, with the added conveniency of being able to quickly rewind, pause, and fast-forward live television. The added bonus of not having to worry about storing physical tapes anymore was the icing on top, as it denies the need to go into a video store such as Blockbuster to purchase or rent the physical media needed to watch the movies, and instead, people can simply record those shows they want to watch and have it stored digitally on the VCR's hard drive. This dramatic shift from VCRs to DVRs was much more than just a technological advancement in media consumption. It was also a change in control, as people were now allowed to freely record and store whatever shows they wanted to. This newfound innovation consequently paved the road for many more drastic innovations in media consumption. This transition from physical media like VHSs and DVDs to digital formats marked a pivotal moment in the entertainment industry. For Blockbuster, this shift to digital and on-demand content was one of the most significant factors in its decline. By the late 90s and early 2000s, the internet was becoming increasingly central to everyday life. In 1997, Reed Hastings and Mark Rudolph collaborated to create Netflix. This new company at the time would send DVDs straight to a person's house for a monthly rate, one of the first inclusions of monthly subscriptions. And most importantly, it included no late fees. Even though Netflix wouldn't switch to streaming until around 2007, this new innovation was the start of a change in the movie industry. This is exactly from The Rise and Fall of Blockbuster by Emma Stavez, and this was quoted in the Charles Street Times. Blockbuster did attempt to adapt to the digital market by launching its own online rental service, Blockbuster Online, in 2004. However, this service was a late and somewhat half-hearted attempt to compete with Netflix. By the time that Blockbuster did introduce online rentals, Netflix had already built a very strong, loyal brand. Perhaps the most critical misstep was Blockbuster's failure to anticipate the importance of streaming. The launching of Netflix's streaming service in 2007 was also a pivotal moment in the evolution of the entertainment industry as a whole. By offering instant streaming without the need for physical rentals at all, Netflix's subscription-based model eliminated the need for late fees, something that had been a huge point of dissatisfaction with Blockbuster customers. With its vast library of movies and TV shows available on demand, Netflix was quickly gaining market share and establishing itself as the dominant player in the digital entertainment space. With this in mind, notice that Blockbuster's downfall was not just a consequence of market changes and technological disruption. It was also deeply tied to management challenges and poor corporate decisions. These decisions were pivotal in preventing the company from adapting to the changing entertainment industry, which, again, ultimately led to its collapse. Blockbuster suffered from high turnover rates in its leadership ranks, which led to a lack of consistent strategic direction. Over the span of just a few years, the company went through several CFOs, CEOs, and other really key management changes, which resulted in a failure to establish a clear and long-term vision for the company. The most glaring mistakes made by Blockbuster's management was its failure to recognize the threat of Netflix and other emerging digital competitors. In 2000, Netflix sought to sell its business to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster, at the time, declined this offer, stating that the price was too expensive. It's actually quoted in From Industry Giant to Bankruptcy, Blockbuster's Failure by Inspire IP, that Barry McCarthy stated, the former CFO of Netflix, that Blockbuster, quote, laughed us out of their office. Blockbuster's leadership demonstrated an overall lack of innovation and a failure to pivot to the company's business model in response to the rise of digital technology. The company remained overly focused on its brick-and-mortar stores, the idea that walking into a store, picking out the movie, and coming home was better than sitting at home on the couch and renting it from there. In the early 2000s, Blockbuster's executives dismissed Netflix as a niche player, not understanding how quickly the digital space would grow. Blockbuster even had the opportunity to acquire Netflix in 2000 when the DVD by mail service was still in its early stages, but the company's leadership did not see the strategic value in Netflix's model and failed to pursue the acquisition. Once again, Blockbuster's leadership roles were not seeing the vision and were not allowing these streaming services to see long-term value. Once again, the company's leadership did not see the strategic value in Netflix's model and so failed to pursue the acquisition. Blockbuster's inability to recognize the long-term value of streaming services and its failure to invest in them early enough allowed Netflix to take the lead heavily in the digital transition. Blockbuster's management challenges and poor corporate decisions, from leadership instability to a lack of vision and innovation, played the critical role in the company's decline. The company's failure to recognize the growing importance of digital streaming and its delayed response to consumer demands, as well as its misguided focus on physical retail locations, and all of this all contributed to its eventual collapse. Blockbuster's inability to recognize the shift from physical to digital, combined with poor strategy and a lack of foresight, led to its collapse in the face of an evolving entertainment and movie landscape. This case serves as a very powerful example of how businesses can quickly fall from dominance when they fail to innovate in a very fast-moving market, especially one like video streaming. A quote by Mark Randolph perfectly encapsulates this argument. If you are unwilling to disrupt yourself, there will always be someone willing to disrupt your business for you. I'd just like to thank my audience for taking the time to watch this presentation. As we all know, streaming is an integral part of our society, so these conversations pertaining to both the history of and the future of consuming media is an important dialogue to participate in. Thank you so much again.